season is now upon us here on the island. Throughout the Marianas, we continue to celebrate, and of course, we are sending our thoughts and our prayers and just good energy to our brothers and sisters up in the NMI as they are experiencing an outbreak right now. Tomas Mangulay, of course, covering this, and we'll bring you the latest. But please send your prayers up to the NMI as they go through this. We are going to get to the greater good right now. It's our segment where every week we bring you interesting stories about interesting people in our island community doing wonderful things, perpetuating culture, serving the community, and basically letting you know how wonderful our island is. And our guest today, none other than someone who I have not had the pleasure in talking with face-to-face in at least 2 years, right? Joe Quinata with the Guam Preservation Trust. Joe, half a day and happy holidays.
Buenas, buenas. Happy holidays to everyone. And it's great to be back again into the link. And I like your entrance music.
Thank you. I was gonna say you don't really hear like too many Chamorro choirs where they have that traditional bass guy. I mean, the St. Francis choir. I mean, they've really got like the high end and everything. You don't really hear like the lower register.
That was
good.
Cool. That's good. Well, you guys were talking about people you can depend on earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have almost about 20 teachers that I can always count on, and they're Chamorro teachers. And that's really, I want to talk about the project Estrellata.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, well, first of all, Joe, before we get to that, okay, has the, sure. Of course, you embody, the spirit, the southern hospitality of Humatek and everything. That's the last time I talked to you face to face. Have we already started setting up the Belen down there in that part of the island?
Yes, a lot of folks, even before Thanksgiving, people are setting up their Belen, they're setting up their Christmas tree. The lights are up, so come on down and experience Christmas.
Wonderful.
Through your, I guess you call it windshield.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully, if people want to do something and they really want to feel like that, that island Christmas vibe and everything like that, drive through the village. Humatek by the sea, and like if people have their Belens, hopefully like in the yard and everything like that, you'll be filled with the spirit too, and you really do feel that rustic southern southern love.
Yeah. So is Maleso and Inalahan.
Absolutely.
So, you'll feel the spirit there.
Go through the whole side. Make it an island-wide trip.
Right. Yeah. You have lots of great homes in Sinyohanya.
Absolutely.
They have really great homes that have put up their lights, and it's incredible.
Sure.
We hope the storm doesn't damage any. We hope the storm did not damage any of the lights that were up. But
well, hopefully they use that grass that like anchors really good to the to the plywood and everything. So tell us, Joe, if you would please about these wonderful Chamorro teachers that are keeping our culture alive.
So the Guam Preservation Trust, with funding from the National Trust for Historic Preservation and the Guam Department of Education Chamorro Language Division, have gotten together and have taken Chamorro language teachers. We've taught them how to teach with historic places. So we took them around the island, showed them the different sites, and I had them choose a site that is dear to them.
Mm-hmm.
And we had them write a narrative, write a story about that site. And so they wrote the story about the site, and then they did much more than writing the story about the site, the narrative. They also did lesson plans that they can take into their classroom and share it with the other teachers. But we didn't stop there. We took that narrative, and because music, especially music here in the islands, they're great learning methods. So we took the music, the narrative, and we gave it to our musicians. Our musicians turned around and wrote original stories, original melodies, original lyrics about that site. And so really great music. But we didn't stop there. We took that music and we sent it to cultural dancers in the schools.
Okay.
And these cultural groups actually choreographed based on that song, choreographed the story. They did a story again, just using
like interpretive dance to tell to put movement to
right
to the
to
ideas.
The story
okay.
itself. and so you have not only the narrative, but the song, but you also have the cultural dance component to it. And we didn't stop there.
You keep going. Yeah.
We keep going.
Keep going. Extra, extra, extra.
So
This would not be a Joe
because-
Quinata led project if we didn't keep going.
Yeah, we started with 10 sites and now we're at 20 sites. But we didn't stop at the dance, cultural dance group. PBS saw what we were doing and they said, why don't we, because of our situation, our pandemic, let's do a virtual field trip. And so
Wow.
we got PBS to come in and got the cast together to have a video. And we have now a virtual field trip telling the story, listening to the music, and watching the cultural dancers dance their
Right.
stories about that.
So
site.
Joe, I'm the son of two educators, and I would think that this kind of falls under like the concept of when you think about the educational qualities of it, it's like what they call like the immersion learning, because it's one thing to read something in a book, it's another thing to to experience, like you said, like the music, the historical significance, learning from the old ways, from our manamko, and then actually being able to see the images.
Yes. We place everything in a website that teachers, not only teachers here in Guam, but not only DOE teachers, but teachers everywhere, and not only teachers, but our people in Guam and the rest of the world have access to this virtual field trip.
Absolutely, it's digital, man. We get it all over the world.
And when you go in, you're not only seeing a virtual field trip, you can download the music. There's a downloadable music that's there. You can also download the lesson plans that the teachers have prepared. So what we've done is we've taken this concept, we've taken the project itself, and we presented it at the National Trust for Historic Preservation Conference, so that other communities can do the same thing. So that other communities not only in America, but also in other countries can actually do the same concept, the same methods of teaching.
This is wonderful, Joe.
And it's really incredible. So when you go into the virtual field trip, there's no English at all. And people are asking, how come you don't translate it in English? Because if we did, then you're only going to read the English part.
Right.
But if you listen over and over to the songs and you get to sing the songs, then you get to know the words. Then you can look up the words in the dictionary, and then and the dictionary, again, there's an online dictionary that you can look up the words.
And if you see the dance, you'll start to kind of like take away some of the concepts and that's an incredible learning tool.
It's an incredible learning tool, not only for schools, but really for the rest of the world.
Joe, could you give us maybe like a snapshot of some of the 20 exhibits to be featured?
So for instance, let's talk about the atufua, the stuff where I took you down in Humatek.
Yes.
So we took a teacher, Chamorro teacher, actually went down there. She actually took her family down there, and she took some photos. We talk about it. She did her research work, and then she wrote a story about Fua, the creation story that it's associated with. And then we took that and we gave it to musicians, and they actually recorded professionally. So when you go online and you go into the music parts, it's a beautiful song. In fact, they play it sometimes in when you listen to Ruby and Jesse. Ruby plays some of the songs in Western. So
there you go.
Actually, Joe, I remember this because I think we partnered with you guys earlier this year to do the first series.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all we did was we just did the narrative, and then you guys went around. Your
and shot the
cameraman
video.
went around and
Yeah,
just took the
it was
video.
amazing.
But now you have the whole thing that's there. So you have almost like a 7-minute video
Mm-hmm.
of each site, of
Right.
7-minute video of the site itself, and there's a narration in Chamorro, and then the song comes about, and then you have the dance that come in with the
Where
song.
can we get this? Because we'd like to, do what we did last year and air this.
Yeah.
So you can go online at estoriata.org,
Okay.
estoriata.
I'm actually online. Do we
Okay.
just download it from the site?
Yes, you
Okay.
can do that.
Okay.
You can download the songs and the videos. You can do that.
Yeah, Joe, we want to make sure the songs are everybody's ringtone. Like when you walk around like the mall or you go shopping like in Ross or something like that, it's like, hey, I heard that.
You should listen to
Yeah.
it. It's
It was
incredible.
really
It's
good.
really catchy. There's a couple of songs that we use our staff's kids
Mm-hmm.
to sing with Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
And so talking about Punglao, the crab, asking the crab to teach them. And this is a site down at MG Cook School in Malesso next to the pier. That building there, that's a historic site. So we talked about it. There's a story about it. And they included the Punglao, the crab, with the music. So it is a great project. It is a good project for everyone. It started out as a resource for our Chamorro language teachers for their virtual field trip.
So you're currently working on the third series, right?
We hope to work on that third series, and we have other historic sites that we would like to include, which is we just need to go and look for more funding again to do this. So the second series, we got funding from GIDA, the qualifying certificate program, as well as Guahan Humanities with their CARES Act program. That funded the second series. So we are also looking for funding for the third series. A lot of in-kind work, a lot of passionate people that work in. We had close to 100 people that work in this project. Because you're looking at dancers, you're looking at teachers, you're looking at the camera crew, you're looking at calling the mayor out to prepare the site, to prep the site so that we can go in and film, film the production of this. We went down to Litektan and 7 o'clock in the morning with the dance group to do the filming down at Litektan. So that you can go on that field trip without even driving down to Litektan.
I think it's really good how you took a lemon, if you will, in this pandemic, and you made lemon finite denny out of it.
Exactly, with some tomatoes in it. And
Green onions, too. Joe, we're short on time, but I know you did want to talk about the Antantano master plan.
Yes, just a very short shout out because we just had our meeting yesterday with our core stakeholders, and this is one of the rarest moments where we had cultural resource folks, that's the SHPO's office, and we had the natural resource people, and that is agriculture and UOG. We had them in one room to talk about something that is important to everyone. And so this is the core group that is going to plan out the master plan, but we're also developing, and we're also going to be doing some focus group sessions with communities, with the people in Piti, the people in Santa Rita, where the Atantano is, and surrounding villages around that area.
Joe, can you just refresh my memory? Is this where we went on the little tour there by the old Shell refinery?
Yes.
Okay.
So you go in there and
you keep going, and there's a pristine
right past
laddie
the
set.
bridge.
Right. Yeah.
Right past the bridge, right there. Just park right there, and there's a ribbon there you can walk in.
Right. Yeah. So Joe, when
we did a live stream.
we went there, and
when we were in
Jason
the jungle.
wore his church shoes.
Yeah.
In fact, if you go into atantano.org, your video is on it.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So Joe, when we went that day, we didn't get to go all the way in, right? Because you said it's like keep going in, and you're going to find the laddie formation and stuff. So if people go on that tour now, does it go all the way in, or is that
No,
still?
no,
Okay.
no. We've just limited to the mango tree.
I got you.
You kind of stop when you come out of the jungle, right, Joe, and then you reach like a clearing, and I think there's like
Yeah.
pipeline in the background, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a mango tree, and that's where the rest area is. And
Nice
then
place.
we turn around.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
place.
Bring your mosquito coil.
Yeah. And so we're looking. That master plan actually is going to define how we're going to use Atentano. It's 74 hectares. It's a lot of property.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that want to do a lot of things, but we're looking at just yesterday we had to come up with a vision for Atentano, and everyone's talking about a center for a cultural center, a research and development center for flora and fauna, looking at just everybody just getting together to take care of our heritage. And there was one question: isn't culture heritage? I said heritage is everything that you inherit from your ancestors, whether they're environment or whether they're the cultural resources you have, or whether it's the values and beliefs that they taught you. That's the heritage that we're trying to preserve and protect, and it's everyone's responsibility to do that. So it's an incredible site. And Sabrina, maybe you can come to our next food trip. We're having a food trip to the site.
When is it?
And we're going to do it before Christmas. So I will WhatsApp Chris about it.
Yeah, because I remember, Joe, when we went there the last time, you said the time of year that you took Chris and I through there were usually a lot more fish in the stream because of the time of year. But now, like this time of year, that should be the stream should be like a little bit more.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's fancy out there right now.
Yeah,
Right?
just bring some crackers with you, and then all the rest will come
We'll just throw Jason in the river.
They might mistake me for pipefish.
I know. Joe, can you explain? I'm sorry, it just hit my head, but that property that we're talking about, that's under Guam Preservation Trust, or was it Chamorro Land Trust?
So several years ago, before Shell left the island, the first thing they needed to do was divest their assets. And so that was the biggest asset they had. It's about
So they gifted it,
$10 million
right?
worth. And so they looked for organizations that they can donate it to, and the Guam Preservation Trust keeps getting on the top of the list. And so we're able to get it actually for $1, and with the condition that it becomes a heritage preserve.
That's awesome.
Which is really that's our business. That's what we do, and it's awesome. It's going to be a really great place for everyone.
Yeah, Joe, we're so glad you come on. You're doing such valuable work for the future by documenting and chronicling everything that happened in the past. So thank you.
And there's a lot more work
I know.
that we're doing right
Never
now.
stops, huh?
Maybe another time.
Let's
we can
go,
talk
yeah.
about the other stuff.
Okay, I'll text you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, Joe.
Happy holidays, Joe, to you
Yes,
and your
Merry
family.
Christmas.
You too.
That's
Merry
that.
Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Let us know if
everyone.
you want to join our choir.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Adios.
That's that.
Okay, so that was the greater good, of course, everybody. We bring you this wonderful segment each and every Wednesday, and it's brought to you by your friends at J. Goodman, a happiness company, and Guam Windward Memorial, where they celebrate life. J. Goodman has quality products, the best customer support, and friendly service. They're open 24/7 at guamgoodman.com. In-person pickup and delivery is free. Please order with confidence because it is the J. Goodman way.
Amen.
And if you want to schedule a tour of the Guam Windward Memorial facilities and go see our friend Miss Maisie and see about that life planner, which she really
Check if she got that dog.
yeah, oh yeah, go for the life planner, stay for the dog. Give her a call at 688-6371.
Thank you very much. Jay, just in time for the holidays, they're bringing it back.